The Sega Master System community is very much like the mafiosa. In other words, when you think you're out, they drag you back in, and in this particular case it's for me to play Shinobi again, and not because I'm very good at the game, but quite the opposite. It's because I wasn't very good at the game. They have pitted the bottom two competitors from the Shinobi challenge from 2 weeks ago to go head to head to see who's going to win that wonderful pile of Master System games. Well, if you want to see if I've improved my ninja skills in Shinobi, well, you just wait until after these. Now, I didn't have a great deal of time to practice this before I had to submit, but this is my attempt anyway. And the biggest practice I had was probably watching Retro Red Steve. Sorry about that. Retro Red Steve. Right, okay, I'm not going to mention his name again, but watching that channel helped a great deal. Now, that second bullet there, that caught me out so many times, but I got through it and it was great. My biggest problem probably was trying to remember where everything was, because let's face it, I'm no spring chicken. Now, I'm not going to lay down a great deal of voiceover in this video. I'm going to let you bask in the majesty of me almost, well, sort of, kind of, well, not at all getting to grips with Shinobi, though I might drop back in with certain snippets of information as the game goes along. And there you go, a nice piece of stupidity to end the level, because I did say that I've got a memory like a sieve, and backtracking was something that I did suffer from a lot in this game for no apparent reason, and certainly no reward in most cases. Oh yeah, it's a bonus level, and chucking these shurikens was an absolute pain in the backside, let me tell you that. I think I had about 9 runs at this game during my practice sessions, and twice I managed to clear that bonus level. Now, to be completely fair, the first level in Shinobi is a fairly gentle exercise in memory and of course reflexes. However, after a decade or so of being addicted to JRPGs, those two particular skills have definitely dulled somewhat when it comes to me. Oh, and those Marilyn Monroe portraits, they're just fantastic, and I bet you couldn't see that on the NES. And I also can't believe they got away with those faux Spider-Men. I thought Marvel would have been all over that, especially now that Disney own them, but I'm glad that they're in there. Now that's one thing that didn't take me too long to get to grips with, and that was watching for my bonus builds up, because that max life, you needed that. Well, I needed that anyway, and I'm so glad it was in the game. Ah, the trusty shuriken to the ankle. They don't make bad guys like they used to. To be frankly honest, I think I preferred level 2 to level 1 because there was less of that having to jump up onto higher areas, but maybe that's just me. Now it was because of watching it was because of watching that Welsh channel that I watched that I really, didn't get to grips with this, but sort of saw what I was supposed to do. And it didn't take me too long to work out that if you jumped towards the end of the screen, the fireballs would chase you up that way, you could duck under and then go and try to attack Ken's face and eventually win the battle. So thank you again to that Welsh. Oh come on, I can't even say the W word now, that's just racist sheep, that's just racist. So not the toughest boss battle you'll ever face, but it does take a little bit of time to work out what you're supposed to do, unless of course you watch other people play the game first. Now this weapon that I've levelled up to is, well, it looks to me like some sort of dagger or a throwing knife, but apparently it's a bullet, so we've got a ninja with a gun, and that's always a good thing. But trust me, it won't put an end to my stupidity when it comes to making decisions in this game, very bad decisions. And this, hands down, was the absolutely worst thing that happened in this game, and that was losing that gun, those bullets, and getting the grenade. That grenade is an awful weapon. Now I do know that it's got its uses in some of the levels, but just generally, if you could switch back from the grenade to something else, then that would be great, but this grenade drove me crazy. And yes, my stupidity and that grenade made it twice as bad for me. Now that's my first death in this run through, and that was quite spectacular for me. So I was fairly sure I was onto a good thing, that I was going to put in a run that would be worthy of uploading to the Master System Challenge. But of course I have been known to be wrong. And just goddamn those snipers, and I do remember the snipers from Alex Kidd in Shinobi World, and I hated them in that game as well. And back to the joy of the button mashing for the bonus stage as I hurl more shuriken at more little green ninjas who will eventually leap out the screen and, well, I'll fail again. Told you so. Now it was definitely the introduction of the snipers in that last level, or should I say stage, that really got on my goat, but you know what, they've got to up the difficulty level, they've got to switch it up a bit just to keep you interested, and they did do that at least. And And once you find out that these particular ninja don't have any shin guards on, it makes them an absolute breeze to get by, so there's my little tip for you if you haven't played Shinobi yourself. And yes, we're back to the stupidity, but to be fair, this was a stage that I didn't play a great deal of, not as much as I did the first couple of stages, definitely the first whole level, so I'm going to give myself a pass in this particular bit. And the amount of time that I stood on top of those yellow crates waiting for what move I was going to make, and also wishing I had grenades at that point, was absolutely ridiculous the first time that I ran through this stage. Yes, the stupidity was strong with me at this point of the game, and there was no reason for it because by the time I'd got to this particular run I had been through this stage several times. More green ninja, more hurling shuriken, and yes, absolutely more failure on my part to take them all out. And I do swear I managed to do it on several occasions, and not only that, managed to get the 10 kills to build up the magic. How to use the magic, that was beyond me, so it didn't really make much difference in this run through. Notable points in this particular stage are, well, 1, the frogmen, and the frogmen, they can get in the sea, burn in hell and never come back as far as I'm concerned. And 2, some pixel perfect jumping that I haven't seen the likes of since the late 80s, so that also can get in the sea with the frogmen. Although come to think about it, the frogmen would be quite at home in the sea, so no, they can both just go to hell and burn there forevermore. See, I told you, pixel perfect jumping combined with those frogmen, just a recipe for disaster. Although you might also have noticed that you can actually walk on water, and that is a pleasant surprise and a very welcome addition to this game. And that's another nuisance, the life up. It doesn't give you any extra life, it just gives you more life bars that you can eventually fill, so I suppose it's okay in that respect, but it would still be nice if that filled up as well. Yup, stupid jumps and stupid frogmen yet again. Now I can't complain too much because some of the enemies that you clear before you die and have to reset the level, well, they stay gone, and I'm talking specifically about those big scimitar throwing brutes, so that's quite a good thing. I'm quite glad you don't have to face them in the level again. There's one more small mercy in an otherwise world filled with frogmen. I suppose I also have to point out that this being a high score challenge does have one other advantage, and that is gaining extra lives. Now unfortunately when you die you lose all the powers that you've built up to that point, but as I've said, this is a high score challenge today, so those extra lives mean I can rack up just a few more points. And God knows I need just a few more points, any more points will do. Now I'm not going to lie, that jump there is absolutely torture, but getting through it means you get through the stage and it means you get to face yet another boss battle, and this one is a doozy. And not only that, it's another one that it's another one that channel managed to point me in the right direction of how to approach this particular boss. Because quite frankly, some people have taken the approach where they try to attack all the ninjas that come out the helicopter. The point of this is to attack the helicopter itself. So if you do take on this game in the future yourself, hopefully this will be a useful nugget of information. But for me, I have to bow out here at 151,100 points. So there you go my friends, that was my second attempt at posting a high score for Shinobi, and did I improve? Well, to me personally I think I did make great strides in the game, probably not as great as some people would be hoping for, and hopefully just a little bit more than Pete has put out there, but who knows, I'll have to wait and see what his high score is. I did get a lot of help from Retro Red Steve. Sorry sheep, sorry, never again. And as I said, that particular channel gave me a lot of help by not coming and helping me personally, but me watching his videos. And if you haven't watched any of if you haven't watched any of those videos, there will be a link in the description to that particular channel too, so you can go and check them out. Thank you very much for watching as always, and if you want to see more from the channel, well, up here in this box you can watch the pixel years where you'll see games that I spent more time with back in the day. And down there, a selection of pickups, and you can see how this collection here has been growing over the last little bit over 2 years. Thank you again for watching, and until next time as always, cheerio!